Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Simnai. I hope you are great. I am sure you may have heard about Caroline Levitt's nephew's mother being taken by ICE far away from where the family, like they took her really far away from everybody. And she might end up being detained. I think she's been in the United States, maybe illegally and all, but so I also saw a video that says she was here legally, but because of this administration, she probably couldn't renew her work stay and all that. So for that reason, she might actually be sent back to Brazil and the rest of it. So people are kind of worried that not like worry. Everybody's saying like, what will happen to her and the child and all that. And I am asking, why is it that people care so much about people that because Caroline Levitt has always come out on television, Fox News and all that to tell people that the administration has been doing very great. So you people care so much about the Caroline Levitt's child, and what of other people's children who were separated from their parents? Some people, their parents were unalive in that detention center and all that. Why is hers so special? Why? Because she knows people in the government and other people do not know people in government. Now, you see the problem. Sometimes when you live in glass house, you don't throw stones. Let's get into this video.
Well, I want to know by the time I finish this video if anybody finds the circumstances not only strange, but suspicious. So, you all know this trick-ass press secretary for Donald Trump, Carol Levitt, right? Well, it seems that her nephew's mother was recently detained by ICE. And I mean biological nephew, because Bruma Carolyn Ferraro, who is the lady who has been detained by ICE, was Carolyn Levitt's biological brother's fiance. Now, Miss Ferreira, who is the mother of Carolyn Levitt's 11-year-old nephew, was pulled over and arrested by ICE on her way to pick up her son from school. Now, Miss Ferreira has been in this country since she was 6 years old. Now, Miss Ferreira, who was arrested in Boston while she was going to pick up her 11-year-old son from school, is presently being detained in an immigration and customs enforcement facility in Louisiana. Now, as I stated earlier, Miss Ferreira was engaged to Michael Levitt, who is Carolyn Levitt's brother, and they share custody of their son, who lives with Mr. Levitt in New Hampshire. And you mean to tell me, after all this time, that this young lady is just randomly pulled over by police and sent to a detention facility in Louisiana, and she shares custody with Carolyn Levitt's brother, Michael? That's strange. That's suspicious. Let me know what you think in the comments section.
Does something smell fishy about Caroline Levitt, the bitch, spokesperson and lawyer for Donald Trump, that her brother, all of a sudden, the woman that had his baby, because my understanding is that they're not married, was picked up by ICE? Does that smell fishy to you? Does that smell like, okay, now we have a way of just getting her out of his life and capturing the boy? This reminds me of Elian Gonzalez. Do you remember Elian Gonzalez? Where the Cubans in Miami did not want to send the child back to the father in Cuba, and he was alive and he wanted his son. Well, now they're using ICE. So all of you people who have strained relationships with people who are here illegally, watch out. they'll just call ICE on your ass. And this just shows that if you were to investigate all of the people in the government, you would find that somehow, somewhere, there is someone that is either here on DACA or undocumented, or they have kids with undocumented people. Every single one of them, there is nobody that's not touched by this shit with immigration because we cannot get it done properly. There's nobody that's not going to be touched because there are too many people who are mixed up. It takes too long to get your green card. It takes too long for them to either grant asylum or tell you to get your ass out of the country. It takes too long for anything to be processed. And nobody in Congress wants to do anything about it, and especially not this president.
The thing about fascism is that fascism always comes for their own people, no matter what. Fascist Barbie, Caroline Lovett, who I fucking hate, apparently got a taste of her own fucking medicine, unfortunately. Her former sister-in-law, the mother of her nephew, was detained by ICE and is now in Louisiana's ICE detention facility. White House Press Secretary Caroline Lovett now has a family connection to the ICE action sweeping the country. Her nephew's mother was arrested by agents in Revere earlier this month. Bruna Ferreira, a Boston area resident who migrated with her family to the U.S. from Brazil as a child, according to her sister and immigration authorities, is now in custody at an ICE facility in Louisiana. Michael Levitt, the press secretary's brother, had a relationship with Ferreira, and the two had a son. Trump administration official confirmed the connection between Ferreira, Michael Levitt, and his sister Caroline Levitt, the 28-year-old New Hampshire native who rose from relative obscurity to occupy one of the most prominent positions in the White House. The official said the child's parents have not spoken in years and that the child has lived full-time in New Hampshire with Michael Levitt since his birth. WBUR could not immediately confirm whether the boy only lived with his father after the couple separated roughly 10 years ago. People claiming my client has no relationship with her son, no custody, that's not true, he said. They both share custody of their child. Caroline Levitt declined to comment in the arrest. The administration official said Caroline had no involvement whatsoever in this matter. Department of Homeland Security spokesperson Tricia McLaughlin said in a statement that Ferreira had a previous arrest for battery. She entered the U.S. on a tourist visa that required her to leave the U.S. in 1999, McLaughlin said. Under the President Trump and Secretary Kristi Noem, all individuals unlawfully present in the United States are subject to deportation, McLaughlin said. Battery charges against Bruna Ferreira could be located in Massachusetts online court records. They're labeling her a criminal because of some charge that I've never seen that I don't think exists, Palmer Lou said. I mean, show me it. He called the arrest, quote, illegal and said, my understanding is she was never served any type of warrant to detain her. I don't even know if they knew necessarily who she was. We're going to get to the bottom of that. Pomerleau said Ferreira was unable to renew her legal status, deferred actions for childhood arrivals, or DACA, and is currently in the process of seeking permanent residence in the U.S. In a statement, Michael Levitt told WBUR, my only concern has always been about the safety, well-being, and privacy of my son. Ferreira's sister, Graciela dos Santos Rodriguez, started a GoFundMe page to help with legal costs to fight the ICE charges and allow her sister to stay in the country. She has followed every requirement and has always strived to do the right thing, the GoFundMe page says. She is hardworking, kind, and always the first to offer help when someone needs it. Dos Santos Rodriguez wrote, whether it's supporting family, friends, or even strangers, Bruna has a heart that puts others before herself. I will put Bruna's GoFundMe page in the comments below. If you are able to donate, please donate. Right now, we need to support immigrants now more than ever. It's very clear there is no reason for her to even be deported. She was 6 when her family came here. She has never been to Brazil since. So I think it's fucking ridiculous that they're trying to deport her. I don't even know if she speaks Portuguese. This is a picture of Caroline Levitt with her brother Michael. This is a picture of Caroline Levitt's brother Michael, Bruna, and their son. Fascist Barbie is a fucking terrible piece of shit, but at the end of the day, her situation shows that fascism doesn't give a fuck who you are. They will ruin anyone's lives. They do not give a fuck. And it shows that it doesn't seem like Caroline Levitt gives a fuck about her. In the picture that was posted on Bruna's GoFundMe page, it's a picture of her and her son, and it's very clear Bruna's in her son's life. So they're just trying to make her seem like she's a criminal, because that's what ICE does. They lie until the truth is told in court, except they've ruined people's lives for less. I think it's really important to share this story. Yes, fuck Caroline Levitt, but at the end of the day, a child does not have his mother on Thanksgiving. A son may not have his mother on Christmas. That is what the focus needs to be on. That because of her support for a fascist regime, children will not have their parents, their siblings, their aunts, their uncles. They are being torn apart from their family members because of the fucking regime that she chose to support. That is the focus. That is what we need to focus on. So if you're able to support Bruna and her GoFundMe, please do. We need to stick together. We need to support immigrants. Immigrants make America better. Immigrants are the reason America thrives. This country was built on the backs of African slaves and immigrants, and we need to.
Apparently, the White House press secretary just had a family member detained by ICE. If this isn't the direct consequence of the hateful rhetoric you espouse, then I don't know what the fuck is. White House press secretary Caroline Levitt has a nephew who is the son of an immigrant. His mother, who came to the U.S. as a child in 1998 from Brazil, has just been taken hostage by ICE. Oh, and to make matters worse, she was on her way to pick up her son, who she shares with Caroline Levitt's brother. She was on her way to pick him up from school when ICE detained her. Oh, and she was here legally, by the way. She was a DACA recipient, which grants temporary protection from deportation and work visas to thousands of people. But because of Trump-era policies, she was not able to renew her status and was actively seeking permanent resident status instead. But now she's being held in a women's prison awaiting deportation. She was first taken to a prison in Vermont before being transferred to Louisiana. You know, miles away from her son, her family, anyone who can help her. They're accusing her of overstaying a tourist visa that expired back in 1999, completely ignoring the history of her DACA status. And I guess even her connection to the Trump administration couldn't save her. This is what happens when you openly espouse the type of views that the White House does. People you love are going to get hurt. So I pray for this woman and her son, but I do not feel a fucking ounce of sympathy for Caroline Levitt or the entire Levitt family.
Hello? Caroline. Don't hang up. It's me again. Don't you hang up, bitch. Don't you hang up. ICE got your cousin, didn't it? Huh? See, I told y'all motherfuckers with that hate and that racism gonna get all this shit crumbling down around y'all motherfuckers now. Y'all don't know what to do. Shitty pants can't save you. Shitty pants can't save you. Yeah, you can go crying to him now, goddammit. There's a whole lot more shit gonna happen to y'all racist motherfuckers. Yeah, see, y'all did not count on the wrath of God. Shitty pants can't do nothing about that. He can't stop God's wrath. See, that ain't the only motherfucking cousin he gonna pick up. He gonna pick up a lot more of y'all motherfuckers. Yeah, little bitch, y'all finna get what's coming to you. You stand up there at that podium with your smart ass mouth. Get your bitch ass up there now and explain this. Why they stand? I hope they send that motherfucker to El Salvador, wherever one of them Salvadors got.
So the White House press secretary's kind of sister-in-law, ex-sister-in-law, detained by ICE and is now in Louisiana. She's being called a criminal illegal alien from Brazil, and she overstayed her tourist visa from 1999. 1999? She shares an 11-year-old son with Levitt's older brother, Michael. Caroline has no comment, but a source says that the women have not spoken in many years, and that her nephew lives full-time with her father since he was born, never even living with his mom. Ferreira, the child's mother, came to the U.S. with her family as a child and was once arrested on suspicion of battery, but no records of that arrest can be found anywhere. but her visa expired on June 6, 1999, and she now is a full grown-ass adult. The other side says that she's actually in the process of getting her green card and was abruptly detained and sent to Louisiana. Her attorney says that she has maintained her legal status through DACA, followed every requirement, and has always strived to do the right thing. Another day, another drama. Another day, another saga. Let's see what comes.
So the White House press secretary's nephew's mom was detained by ICE. And this is not a brag. I don't wish ill on anybody. I don't wish ill on any people of color, regardless of status, regardless of who they're related to. That's a preference. So this article, which is unfortunately cropped, says that she was a criminally illegal alien from Brazil. And apparently she was arrested on suspicion of battery. And there's a GoFundMe from her. And in that GoFundMe, they say that she was granted a DACA status. So she should be allowed to stay in the country and not be detained. The part that's getting me the most about this story is this statement right here, okay? So sources said, whatever the fuck her name is, her nephew lived full time in New Hampshire with his father, so her brother, since he was born, has never resided with his mom, and has not spoken with her in many years. They're trying so hard to distance themselves from this lady. They're like, we don't know her. Yeah, she is my nephew's mom, but we don't know her. Not she was my brother's ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. My nephew's mom. I heard is y'all love immigrants, but y'all just don't want them here, which doesn't make sense.
This might be the clearest example of President Trump's aggressive immigration policies hitting close to home. The mother of White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt's nephew, now in ICE custody. Bruna Caroline Ferreira was once engaged to Leavitt's brother, Michael Leavitt. They have an 11-year-old son together, and Ferreira was arrested on her way to pick up her son from New Hampshire. Now, Caroline Leavitt and Bruna Ferreira aren't close. A source familiar with the situation tells us they haven't spoken in many years. That same source said that Leavitt's nephew lives full-time in New Hampshire with his father, while Ferreira's lawyer says they have joint custody.
Oh, come on, America. Twice in one day.
It's all I got from this. Come to think of it, I made this video on Naya Sim, and I am also doing this video here because while I was also like going through it, I saw Big Brother's video Tina thing where he was saying that there is something fishy and all, there is something that doesn't add up. And also, come to think of it, why do I feel like probably that woman was kind of set up so that the man can have full custody of the child and never let the woman, I don't know how they broke up or how, but they have joint custody and all that. But man, at this point, I don't know. I don't know if I feel bad for Caroline. I don't feel bad for Caroline. Even still, I don't feel bad for that one because like anybody that have to associate with that Caroline Leavitt and all that, that woman is not, she's a liar. She's been lying so much and all that. She comes out on the internet, on televisions and all that, Fox News, CNN, to say that this administration is doing amazingly great and all that. Her lies are already way too much. That's one of the reasons why I really do not care. But then, I don't know. I am sure they will somehow, I don't know. But I feel, but if it is just that the woman ran out of luck or she was apprehended just on normal rates and all that, you and I already know that Caroline Leavitt might start going around looking for a way to make her, have her way out of where she is and all that, maybe because of connection and the rest of it. But, people like this, and everybody is very much concerned about how the child will be feeling and the mother will be feeling. But this administration have separated so many families. Caroline Levitt's nephew is not the first. They have separated so many families. So many families have been unalive in the same detention and all that. Maybe because she is now like, attached or somehow like, have connections and all that. For that reason, her own feels special, or whatever she's going through at this time is really like, something very critical and the rest. And other people's own are not that bad. I don't operate that way. I will draw my curtain here. Bye for now.